What is a superpower country? What parameters should be taken into account to examine or verify a country as a superpower or an emerging superpower? According to the definition, a superpower country is a state which has a dominant or leadership position on international position, which is characterized by the state's ability to show its influence on global projects and markets. If it is taken more deeply, then a superpower country should be perfect on 7 dimensions of a state power, such as geography, population, economy, resources, diplomacy, and military, and in the last, national identity. So, from the above definition, it is confirmed that Russia is an emerging global power now. If you look at the history, then it should be noted that USSR or Russian Federation was already a superpower until 1991. After splitting the Russian Federation, now Russia is more than half of the size of USSR and its population is less than half of the Soviet Union. There was a decade where Russia was struggling with criminality, privatization, and summoning the power of state enterprises, anarchy, and also with regional conflicts. But since 1998, the things have been changing. But still, Russia is not taken as superpower, but it is counted as the emerging superpower. Below, 7 fundamental parameters are discussed from where a clear-cut idea can be taken to know about Russia and its influence on a global scale. Number 1. Geography. The only country in the world which is spread over 2 continents, Asia and Europe. By land area, Russia is the largest country in the world, and it will be forever. The country occupies 1/6 portion of the total landmass in the world, and it spreads over 17 million square kilometers. Also, it is heard from the rumors that Russia is trying to occupy new lands to increase its territory. Whatever in geographical point of view, it is already a superpower as the largest nation of the world. Number 2. Population. As per 2016 census in Russia, its population is about 145 million with 185 diverse ethnic groups. Out of the total population, 81% are Russian, followed by Tatars and then Ukrainians. There may be very wide distribution, but Russian language is widespread all over the country homogeneously. Russian is taken as the official language of the country, and also geographically, it is the most widespread language of the country. Number 3. Economy. Now come to one of the most important indices to examine the superpower country. As per recent trends, Russian economy is downward, its revenue going down due to declination of oil and gas price. But the economy is becoming quite stable, and a lot of improvements are needed. As per the GDP, Russia is the 6th largest country in the world with a sources of net worth $3.7 trillion. The economic outlook by the World Bank and IMF both has stated there is recovery and economic growth of the country. It has started triggering rapidly since 2017. The main problem that Russia is dealing is with corruption. Corruption is very widespread all over the country. The flight of the capital is dropped by 500%. The external debt with GDP is low compared to any other developed countries. Russia has tremendously increased the spending on its military strength. 2017 was a great year in its agriculture sector as it has prohibited imports of agricultural products from Europe. The country is standing as the 12th most innovative economy of the world as per Bloomberg, a US-based company. Russia is crowned as the 15th highest patent application rate in the world, and it has a very large number of high-tech public companies, for which it stands in 8th position in the world. Russia is touching a new high in education systems. It is standing in 3rd rank in the world producing scientists and graduates in engineering. By ease of doing business, Russia has improved its rank from 50th to 40th. Number 4. Resources. The geographical position and geographical strength of the country determines its resource base. It is estimated that the country is containing more than 30% of natural resources of the world. The World Bank has evaluated the natural resources of the country at $75 trillion. Number 5. Military. Russia is known as the second largest military power in the world and the largest country in nuclear arsenal. Every year, the expenditure in military strengths are increasing. Russia has already amazed many countries, attacking Syria with its most advanced weapons like Tu-160 long-range bombers, caliber NK cruise missiles, Su-35S fighter jets, etc. In 2016, Russia has doubled in exporting the weaponry up to $45 billion. Number 6. Diplomacy. Russia is a permanent member of United Nations Security Councils. It is also an active member in BRICS, G20 summits, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Asia-Pacific Economic Corporation, World Trade Organization, and Council of Europe, etc. It is also one of the leading countries in Commonwealth of Independent States. Russian diplomats are one of the advanced and intelligent in the world. They play a vital role in changeover of the world order to multipolar from unipolar. Number 7. National identity. In the past, Russia was following Soviet socialist ideology, which was widespread in many parts of the world. After the partition of Soviet Union, Russia has abandoned Soviet socialist ideology, so the country is known as ideological midget. Russian music, cultural traditions, literature, and cinema are at a very high in the world. Russians feel proud for their country and they feel proud to be known as Russian Soul. The country has maintained its dignity in many ways in various global scales. Political, Russia has represented one of the strongest countries in the world. Russians are very friendly, adventurous, and wild. So after discussing the above 7 fundamental points, Russia is the superpower in military strength for no doubt. But economically, it is not a superpower. The good thing is that it is recovering its economy very fast, and it needs to tackle with corruption to boost the growth faster.